Welcome to Montview Math and Science Elementary, a Title I school. Montview is a home to an estimated 419 students and 51 staff. This year, the school had open enrollment, bringing in more kindergartners than expected. We have a team of 3 kindergarten teachers, which each try to accommodate close to 30 students. Michelle Barone, our principal, has been in open communication with the entire staff on bringing down the kindergarten class sizes for easier management. In the meantime, Mrs. Beach and I transfer thinking into 32 students. The classroom is made up of 16 girls and 16 boys, a rather nice split. The ethnicity is a rough split into thirds, Hispanic and Latino-Latina combined, African American, and Caucasian. The language makeup is primary English speaking. However, there are 3 girls among the class that do understand some English, but don't communicate in English. They nod their heads with a smile or use the simple yes and no vocabulary. In addition to the girls, there is a boy who doesn't speak, not even in his native tongue, and makes no gestures of understanding what we are communicating to him. But all 4 of them have made friends with their peers that guide them with instructions and other school norms. In the last few weeks, I have noticed these students attempt more to communicate with me in English. As it stands, there is only 2 students in the classroom identified needing special education. 1 is already on an IEP. The student on an individual education plan had one from the previous year. In recent days, the staff working with her informed me she does know how to use her words, but only when she chooses to, and to work with her by not letting her respond with just a nod. The other student we found out during parent-teacher conferences has been seeing a doctor for his motor skill. He has a hard time holding and grabbing. It seems something happened to him when he was younger, affecting the development of his skull. Melissa and me are going to be working alongside the doctors and the SPED staff to help him get the help he needs because he is an intelligent boy, but has a hard time showing the intelligence. We have also taken notice of a few children who struggle with the usual behavior of self-control and with speaking. The children have not been set up on a program, but Miss Beach has brought it to the SPED team and talked with their parents. For all the students attending Montview, they will go through a 6-week observation period. Then, if needed, are set up on an RTI, which is response to intervention. From there will come interventions such as IEP, individual education plans. During the 6 weeks, the teacher will keep an individual notebook and write down observations, along with mental notes about the behavior of the student. In kindergarten, they usually do not set the child on a plan. However, we do include a behavior chart and to help the children be aware of their behavior visually, and helpful reminders are placed around the room. In performing the daily observations, it will allow us to work with the students and be able to assess the next step. Here at Montview, the instructional team and the SPED team are one of the same. Our team here at Montview, the Special Education Department, consists of 2 wonderful individuals, Jan Leonhardt and Christian Majors, along with a special speech therapist, Marie Moultrie. The SPED team works closely with all the teachers through multiple channels: email, before and after school meetings, sharing data, total open communication among the staff. The SPED personnel do not co-teach, but they do perform what is called parallel teaching supplemental. By doing this, the student will get the individual help one needs. In Aurora Public Schools, support for students needing language support is provided in 2 ways. First, during the general academic day, there is a 40-minute interval set aside for English Language Development, or ELD. The class at this time will concentrate on the forms and functions of the English language. Second, in the content area of classroom, like literacy, math, science, social studies, etc., the teachers use multiple methodologies to support the students in acquiring grade-level content. This can appear by using visuals, pair and share, and in my classroom this is known as share with your neighbor, a word list and banks, and so much more. Here at Montview, we recognize all the students can benefit from explicit instruction in language and vocabulary extension. And before school starts, the children go through a formal assessment called the BAS assessment, B-A-S. A majority of our students never had the choice for pre-K and scored in the underproficient area of academics. This assessment is administered 3 times a year, in the beginning, middle, and end. BAS is administered to help find out where students' academic level lies. Included in the BAS assessment is counting objects, Mondo, which assesses book handling skills and reading behavior, and Fontes and Pinnell, assessing phonics awareness and letter sound skills assessment. Some informal assessments utilized in the classroom can be running records, quick observation of small groups, and classroom management. We are constantly monitoring the students in the classroom. The percentage of students in the school receiving free or reduced lunch is in the low 90s. Montview currently has 32 families living in a situation that is considered doubled up families. The interesting fact behind this number is some of these families choose to live together. The makeup can be as simple as siblings wanting to raise their children together or close families. Also, we have a girl student who has class 1 diabetes, and on the whiteboard are written times of when she needs to be sent to the nurse. This is a helpful reminder for us and communicates easily for a substitute. In kindergarten, we do not have a gifted and talented program designed, but we do have a few children in the class that show some potential if they continue to progress as they have been. Communication from Miss Beach and the students, even the other staff, is through face-to-face meetings. This can be a conference or a scheduled meeting. They also use the simplicity of notebooks and email. Every Wednesday, the staff meets after school to discuss different topics concerning students and data, and the office puts out a weekly newsletter. This is Mrs. Beach's and my classroom at Montview.